let's dive into our next topic. Skechers has come out with a line of kid sneakers that contain a hidden compartment where parents can slip in an AirTag and track their movements. So, parents, what do you make of this feature? Should you track your children? How do you guys feel about this?
Oh, people like...
I see one hesitant, a lot of yeses. All right, ladies, there's a lot of parents here. What do you guys think? Are you tracking your kids?
So Jaya recently switched schools, and so he's going to be walking a lot more.
And how old is he?
He's 12 and a half. So I remember being 12 and a half. I had the full run of the neighborhood. I'm like, okay, you know, trying to let that, like, you know, umbilical cord cut it, or whatever. I said to Jason, I'm like, oh, maybe we should get him an AirTag just because he's going to be walking back and forth. And Jason's like, oh, I already have an AirTag for him. I was like, oh, well, can you tell me like how to track? Like, I want to see. So the thing is that I started looking on a regular basis, and I'm like, why is he there? What is he doing on lunch break? And then I realized this is not good for me. This is actually not good. He's always a very trustworthy kid. I feel like it's actually making me more anxious than actually not.
Oh, yeah, I don't feel that way.
You don't feel that way?
I get that. Here's the problem. Okay, I'm gonna call myself out that what I'm about to say is I know not good parenting because it's not healthy for me. The same thing, we're gonna say the same thing in different ways. So this helicopter generation is opposite to how we were raised, right? Our parents, the technology wasn't there, they couldn't track us. But what did we get as a result of being free-range kids? That's why our generation, we are confident, we're independent, we're self-sustaining, we're perhaps more self-disciplined. And the problem is, because the pendulum has swung for surveillance society, I do feel good that I've been tracking my child for a long time. Unfortunately, now I'm letting everyone know that she's got a tracker on her, so I think it's defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
But it had made me feel good. But here's where things took a twist. I realized that I am putting my anxiety on her. Her generation, they're called Gen Alpha, you know this, right? Gen Alpha is called the indoors generation. They have stranger danger worse than we did. And we grew up in the 80s when we were told, don't ever park next to a white van.
Yeah.
That was our generation.
Don't get in the white van. Don't get in the van.
And yet, the statistics don't bear it out. The statistics don't bear out the way that I'm behaving as a parent. She's very, very safe. So I have sadly passed on my anxiety to her. She doesn't want to go outside.
Can I just say, and I know you're going to get in here, but here's the thing, that if the ultimate fear and the reason why we're tracking is because we're afraid the kids are going to get stolen, and as you pointed out, that doesn't often happen. Even if it did, the thing is that as soon as an AirTag is near you, so let's say I'm the kidnapper. I've got you, you're my kid, I just stole you, okay? It says, boom, there's an AirTag near you. So I actually...
They'll be well aware.
They'll be well aware, and now they know that they're in shoes, so they're just going to check the shoes. Like, so what is...
See, I didn't want to say that part because it was going to make me sound like the bad guy. I'm like, if I'm kidnapping your kid, I'm taking their shoes off, I'm taking off the hat, I'm taking off the thing around their neck, I'm just going to take it all off.
Dark, I know, guys,
it's terrible.
but it's just like, it's not that reassuring on some level.
It's just, I have two kids, 3 and 6, and it's a no for me because I just don't see the logic. As you pointed out, if they're going to be kidnapped, that's quite rare. There was a stat in this article. If for some strange reason you wanted your kid to be kidnapped, you'd have to leave them outside unattended for roughly 750,000 years. If they're going to be in a car, hit by a car, they're going to be hit by a car regardless of whether they have an AirTag in or not. But what I found most interesting is there's research out of France and the Netherlands that says this is actually having the opposite effect, that teens who know parents can see their whereabouts are more likely to engage in risky behaviors because they assume they can always be found. So this is actually having the opposite effect.
I can see that.
If I were a teen, I would just take the shoes off, leave them wherever I told my parents I was gonna be, and then switch my shoes and go where I wanna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a kid from a different generation. These shoes wouldn't help my parents. But you know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping that Skechers, I love that they're thinking about parents, but sometimes we forget about our seniors. And as a former caregiver, I would say this would be a great idea for those of us who have family members who have dementia. Because when they leave the house, we don't know what direction they go in. We don't know what's going on in their mind, and it's absolute panic. My dad left the house. He used to go on 2 walks a day, and he always returned home until one morning he didn't. And it was horrific for our family, and I have an air tracker on him, but still it was that panic. So I'm like, I'm hoping that make it for the kids, that's great, but also think about the caregivers and their family members who would really benefit from this as well.
That's a good point.
Hey you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.